This is the series where I give you the best Rocket League Pro settings, and if this video helps you, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what pro I should do next. So I'm going to be showing you RubiiSettings my video. I'm pretty sure these are, I'm not sure if these are the latest ones, but these are the latest ones I could find online. And for gameplay, I've not got his gameplay settings, so these are my gameplay settings. And if anything's different, just give it a swap around and see if anything works well for you. So now camera, field of view he's got at 110, he's got distance at 240, he's got his height at 90, he's got his angle at -4, he's got his stiffness at 0.05, he's got his swivel speed at 4.8, he's got transition speed at 1.2. And these last two I couldn't find, but if you do a lot of flip resets at air dribbles, I do recommend you to turn inverted swivel on. This is basically how the camera moves when your ball and car is on top of each other. I do personally find this helps me a lot, so I just recommend you to give it a go yourself. So now for distance, 240, I always like mine around 240, 250, helps a lot for freestyle, especially air dribbles. Then height at 90. This is to help your ground plays. I think he does a lot of ground plays. 90 probably helps that a lot. But a lot of freestylers do have their height around 90. Angled, he's got this at -4. So the angle, having it around -4, -5 really brings your camera on top of your car. Really helping your flip resets as you just are looking on top of your car. If you do more ground plays, maybe -3 would be better, but I guess -4 is a good middle ground between ground play and for flip resets. Stiffness, this is very low. I would never like my stiffness this low. Your camera will really move around a ton when you're boosting, driving around. I don't know, I don't really like it this high. It feels really weird, but I would recommend around 0.35. if you like it low, and I always have mine around 0.65, so it's just personal preference, I guess. Then these last two, these don't matter too much. These are just perfect settings for swivel speed and transition speed. I think this makes the clips look really clean. So now for the control settings, I've not got his keybinds or his shape for his dead zone, but I'll show you my settings. So I've got power slide on L1 or LB. I've unbinded air roll, and instead I've got air roll left on L1 or LB and air roll right on RB or R1. And everything else is fully default, except from like scoreboards and stuff like that, but who really cares about that? But the main reason I've got this binded is I can do these wave dashes here. And that's with my binded L1 for power slide and L1 for aero left. And as you can see, they're pretty cool. And you can also do other stuff as well. Like, you don't normally see people do it much anymore, but that's set up to turtle. You can do stuff like that as well. And you can also stall cancel really easily. So I personally just think it's a really good to have that binded on those. I wouldn't bind boost on RB, as I never find it has helped me. I tried it for a bit, but I can just do everything I can do now with that binded, so there's just no point to have it on that. So now his dead zones and sensitivities, he's got 3.5 for these two. No, he's got 3.5 as steering sensitivity, and he's got 6 for his aerial sensitivity. So the lower down the sensitivity, the better for air dribbles, and the higher the sensitivity, the better it is for flip resets and musty flicks. So I'm guessing he just likes spinning his car around, he likes doing flip resets and stuff like that, and not so much air dribbles. So these are good settings if you like to enjoy doing that, but I would always put mine at 2.5. Controller dead zone, he's got this at 0.3. Then he's got his dodge dead zone at 0.8. These are really high. I guess he's got these high because these settings make it really stiff. I'm not the biggest fan of these settings, to be honest with you. I think you could change them a lot, but they obviously work well for him. So that's all of his settings, and if you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and comment down below what video you want to see next, and I'll show you the rest of my settings now. So now for the interface settings. I've shown you the camera and control settings. All of those are the pros players settings, but from interface onwards it's my settings, and it's ones that I think are the best settings, as I couldn't find any details or anything online to get these pro settings from interface onwards. But carry on with the video because there's a few important settings in these. So the first important setting I would change is the nameplate scale. It's originally at 100%, but I think it's pretty important for you to put it up to 120%. I actually got this off watching Rizzo's video, and he said that he puts it up to 120%, and I do feel like it actually makes a difference in comp. It makes you see your opponents easier. It's just all round better for comp in my opinion. So I would give it a go putting it up to 120%, as I feel like it actually does make a difference. Nameplate modes, default, match notifications. I think it has all when you start the game. So if you're new to the game, I would put this up on time updates only. It does make the screen a lot less cluttered, and it's just a lot better in my opinion for just playing in general. It makes the experience a lot better. And I think this is turned on originally. If you're new to the game, make sure to turn that off. And team colored boost meter. If you've seen people play on like TikTok or YouTube or stuff like that, some of the time their boost meter is a bit different colour. A lot of people ask me, why is it that colour, or how do you make it that colour? And I see a lot of comments on other people's videos saying, how is it that colour? And that's because this is normally turned off and you want to turn that on. I feel like that actually makes the game look a lot better in my opinion. So make sure to turn that on, as that actually does make the game look really cool. And everything else in here is just default. So now on video settings, everything's on performance. Having everything on performance does make it look a lot better in my opinion. You might see some of the pros have like high quality, performance, quality or whatever. But I feel like most of the time, if anyone's got those settings on, it's to make their game look better for you to watch it, if you know what I mean. So when they're playing by themselves, they might have everything on performance, but when they're recording their videos or they're live streaming, they have it on quality to make their game just look better for the audience. So I feel like just keep it on performance. If your computer's really good, maybe change a few settings to see what you can get away with. But I feel like it's more important for your game to run smoothly than look better. So make sure to keep it the basic settings, and after you've kind of got your PC working well, then make the settings a bit higher up. And obviously this is high quality, otherwise your game is just going to look rubbish. Now I'd have master volume up and I'd have gameplay volume up. I don't really see any point of having these ones on as well. But I'm just a player that just plays without audio. I mainly do freestyle, so I don't think it's necessary to have audio. But for comp, it's actually pretty important to have audio on, so make sure your master volume stays up. Actually, I'll leave it here for now for you. Actually, no, I won't. It's like... But there's nothing else in this settings that are not default. So now for chat, I would also change this to teammates only a lot of the time, as there's not actually any point speaking to the other team really, and it just makes everything get toxic. So just keep it on teammates only, and everything's just default here. Nothing's different at all except from these two up here. These are different. And now for the quick chat. This is my quick chat, but it doesn't really matter too much. Just do whatever you want. I never use quick chat, but this is my ones if you're wondering. And now I'm going to show you a few of my presets. I actually think that the preset on your card does actually matter and depends how you play. For example,